Hello everyone, I'm back today with a new process video. These are 6x8 pocket pages, as you can see here, and I've got some things for the left side already set up over here, and then my right side will be the 4 pockets here. I also have some things set up for that. Now you can tell right away this was a 4x6 photo that I chose to cut in half, and sometimes I choose to do that because having a 4x6 pocket down here doesn't always work with what's going to go on the next side. And I do have an idea of what will be after this, since I thought I better just kind of play it safe, cut this in half, and use the 4 pockets. For these ones on top, I may switch them around. We'll see, because I think these will be up top next to this, and I'm not sure that I completely like this next to each other. It might be better to have a photo break them up, but I'm not sure yet. And then I have this. It's a coaster. So when I was at Union Station in Denver, they had these just sitting around everywhere for people that were getting coffee or brought in pop or whatever it might be. And so I thought, well, you know what, I'm gonna take one of those and I can scrap that. So I did. So I think I'm just gonna put it right in the middle here, and I'll have that. And then the other thing I have is I do have another photo, but then I have my train ticket for the light rail, and I want to use that somehow as well. And it just so happens that this card was available. This actually goes to the other side, so that side is part of a layout I already did. And it's not often that I will use the back side of something for the next page. It's usually 2 separate cards, but this one will work. So I think what I'm going to do is cover up part of that, just that little typewriter part. Then I still get the dots, which works with this, and then I think I'm just going to attach it like that so that I still get the black and white pattern and can put this on there. I might also just do this, but then if I do that, I'm going to lose so much of what's there. You'll only see a tiny bit, and I kind of don't like that. I want more of that pattern. So I have to mess with that too, but that's what I'm starting with today, and I'm going to do the left side first, per usual. So I'll move this stuff out of the way over here and make this my focus for the start. To adhere this, I want to make sure that it's really going to stay for a long time and be stable. So I'm going to use red line tape, and I have this in 3 different sizes, but I'm using the thicker one just because this is pretty wide, and I do want to make sure that it's going to stick. So generally I just kind of measure out about the amount that I will need, cut off a piece, and then adhere it. And if you've never used red line tape, it's fab, but you better be sure you really want something stuck, because once it's on there, it's not coming off. And then you just peel off the red part, sticky parts there, and you attach. So I'm going to do that next. So I have attached this. It's all ready to go, but when I was looking at it, it felt a little blank. And so I think I'm going to add some little items from this package right here. This is from Pretty Little Studio. And I think I'm just going to take some of the stars. And I think that the wood veneer will work because in this photo over here, I've kind of got some brown elements. And then I definitely do with these pictures that are going to go on the other side. So I think those will match quite well. So I'm going to take at least 1, maybe 2, 3, I don't know, and put those around the card somehow just to liven it up a little bit. I have attached some stars, and I decided to do 2, and as you can see, I used too much glue on this one. Luckily it dries clear, so it won't matter once it's dry, but for now I went a little glue happy there. This one is much better. You don't see that around the outside. And I have mixed feelings about only having 2 because I do like the odd numbers, but what I think I'm going to do is take another little star that matches, it's from the same set, and put it on this card, maybe here, so that when it's all laid out, you will still get 3, but I don't want to glue it down just yet because I'm not totally sure. So I'm just going to set that aside for when I get to that, and I'll decide then. But for this side at least, this part is done, it's drying, I'm going to put it over here. So then for the rest of the items, the picture is just easy. It's going to drop in. I might do a little phrase or something over here, not sure. But while I'm thinking about that, I can at least get this card done. And the more I think about it, I do think I want this piece up here to bring in more of that black dot pattern, and then I'll layer this. So that is my next task. You can see that I have this all laid out now. So I did the card as I said I would, and I love the way it looks. However, I realized after doing this, like, this is the only pink I have. I have it nowhere else. It's not really in this photo with the flowers. Those are different colors that are in there, so that doesn't work. So I thought I'm gonna have to pull it in somehow. So I think what I'm going to do is take this washi, and it's kind of hard to see, but it's a similar pink, and then there are tiny little plus signs in it, and I think that will work just to give a little bit of visual interest. And so I think I'm going to take just a tiny little strip and put it kind of underneath this star so that the pink is in the opposite corners. Here's the card with the pink washi on it, and I love it. I'm so glad I decided to do that, because when I put it down and you see them all together, it definitely has more impact, more visual impact to see those colors in the opposite corners. So happy about that. So for now, I'm gonna leave this one and move on to this side. Now, I have the pink problem over here too. So I think I definitely am going to switch these cards, or the card in the photo. That way the white is broken up more and I can add some pink. So not only am I going to put the star here, I think still, but I need to add this somewhere. So I don't know yet if it's also going to be up top, like maybe under the star, or down here in the bottom by the buildings. I'm not sure yet, but I do think I need to include it somewhere, just so I've got pink in 3 places. I put the pink washi down here underneath the buildings. I like the way that looks, and then it definitely gives a visual triangle there with the different elements of pink. So I'm happy with that. And then I think for the star, I was originally thinking here, but I don't like that it would all be up top. I want it better distributed. So I think I'm actually going to put it down here in the corner, slightly off kilter, maybe like that. And then at least you have 2 on the left, 1 on the right, and it's leading the eye around the layout a little bit better than if I had it up here. So there's the star. Put that on again. I tried to be more careful with the glue, but I got a little too much again. So that one's gonna need to dry. This one I'm sure is fine now, but I won't put anything in the pockets till everything is dry. But it gives you the idea of what it's gonna look like when it's in the layout. And I'm still debating on if I need something here. I don't really want to put a phrase coming out the left side because I've got this on the left side. So if I did it, it might have to go in the middle. But for now, I think I'm just gonna leave it. I can always add it later if I want. But I kind of like that blue sky blending in with this blue and then offsetting this blue in the background. So I think I'm gonna leave it like that and live with it for a while. And if I change later, fine. But otherwise, this is it. So thanks for watching another video with me.